Welcome back to the Quiet Car Podcast. On today's episode, Flamin' Hot Cheetos is at it again. Sure. There's a new Pokemon creeping into town. And $1 million. $1 million.
Who guessed it?
I did. You're welcome. But every week, the show is sponsored by Connect Collect. Elevate your brand with Connect Collect, where your logos get a VIP treatment it deserves. Okay, we transform your logo into a premium chain crafted into a graded card in the heart of it, an exclusive stylish statement piece. More than just an accessory, it's a wearable charm and a display worthy to be flexed on in any setting. Okay. Also, with the modular spinning tower, you can also showcase your custom charms and collectibles like a true work of art. Okay, are you ready to upgrade your brand? Also, use the promo code Quiet20 at checkout to get 20% off your order. Okay.
So basically, it's free.
Quiet20. Okay. 20%. Don't forget that. Also, when you do that, visit connectcollect.shop. Connectcollect.shop or our Instagram page on Connect Collect, where your logos will meet the luxury it deserves. Yay, Bo.
Yay. What up, Bo?
Jerry, what up?
What up, bro? Living the dream, bro.
Yay, Bo. Every Wednesday, it's the Whatnot Wednesday late edition talk show edition. We got what's on the menu for tonight?
Man, actually need to turn it to like talk show, man. I feel more comfortable that way, man. Instead of just putting cards in front of the camera. Make it a little more fun, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I got sorting trays right in front of me. Tons of baseball, as always. But mixed in all of this color.
Jeez Louise.
WNBA color.
Jeez Louise.
So be running that Prism and Select. WNBA.
That's YYBO.
Yeah.
Bookmark.
Yeah.
The show.
Yay, Bo.
On Whatnot. Bookmark the show every night and into the morning. Missing out.
Everything.
Missing out. So speaking of Whatnot, we have also the Whatnot Car Show, which is next weekend. That's Jerry and I's. We had a huge show next weekend, which is April 5th. My show starts at 10:30. Jerry started at 11:30. We're going to just go on do it back to back.
10:30 and 11:30. That's Central, right?
That is Central. Make sure that's Central time. Just make sure, yeah, that's Central time. Yeah, that's Central time. So, like I said, the Whatnot Car Show. I mean, listen, we're trying to make it into a movie. It's going to be a movie at time. Every time. The buy now is going to be open up. Everything's going to be for sale. It's going to be. I think I'm going to run a bass show also while I'm on there. Got a lot of bass stuff. I want to just let the people just get.
Yeah, stuff like that. I've kind of just been planning on. You know how you can kind of set up like your different shipping weights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set up a couple that are like literally like half a pound and just go. We're just going to keep adding. And just let the number just keep going higher and higher. But like. Like a stack sale. Been like, this is at 100. I really want this to be at 200. How about this, and this? Oh,
they call it a stack sale.
I believe so. Shout out, Big John put me on that style of Whatnot, and it's pretty slick.
I didn't think about that. I'm gonna have to load it up today.
Sounds interesting for sure.
We're gonna load it up today.
Well, I mean, hey, we don't like this number. How about if I throw 3 of these on, or one of these, or hey, you guys like kabooms? Bam! Here's a kaboom. Let's see who's gonna get it. But I will tell you, when you got 20, 30, 40 people in a room, it's impressive.
Okay.
So like I said, it's going to be April 5th.
Baby.
Next Saturday, April 5th.
So wait, can I ask you guys a question? On Whatnot, when they have that, the promote the show, boost the show, should we call that the Barry Bonds button to juice it?
Oh, really?
He's the GOAT.
Maybe we.
Hey, listen, if you want to hit home runs, hit a little bit of that juice.
He's the GOAT.
We call it the Barry Bonds, baby.
What's the pro peel guy? He's like the juice man, right?
You had
Ron Popeil.
Who was that?
Is that the guy that sell the juicers on TV?
Oh, you talking about
No, that's
I got
Ron
no
Popeil.
idea on the juicer.
The guy that sold the juicer had like the eyebrows.
I'm thinking about
he had like the white eyebrows, like.
I'm thinking about to do with this life.
Anyway.
Oh, let's speak
anyways, the only other juicer that while you're looking that up, Amani, the only other juicer that's relevant to us for real was Mark McGuire, because he was juicing too, and he played here in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Stars.
Shout out. Hey, he hit that shit to the Parkway.
100%. Speaking of home appliances,
I think he was juicing in Huntsville.
Oh, he was. It was definitely. There was no question.
It's crazy because being a little kid and you see how big some of these guys are, you go, yeah, nah, you're not in there just lifting weights. You were big as fuck. You were big as fuck.
But speaking of home appliances, want to real quick, rest in peace to one of the greatest boxers, George Foreman.
Oh my God! Shout out George Foreman,
and literally. Probably the best idea
first off
of all time.
No, hold on. I think George Foreman was one of the first guys to get his own video game because he had that. What was it? The George Foreman Knockout.
I don't remember that one.
I think George Foreman had a game too. What? I'm pretty sure he had a video game as well.
Before Tyson? Well, no, never mind. It was Knockout?
Before Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Mike Tyson had Punch Out as well. I think Mike Tyson had I swear it was an N64 game. I'm pretty sure he had as well. Obviously, Punch Out was before, but you know what I'm saying.
N64? No, he had Game Boy, Knockout. George Foreman Knockout.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on Game Boy and Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That was a good system.
George Foreman for real.
Yeah. But shout out George Foreman, man. That was a big portion of what I remember with my dad growing up is we used to watch a ton of the boxing stuff. I mean, I remember George Foreman, Evander Holyfield. I remember my dad paid for the pay-per-view when Mike Tyson bit that dude's ear off. Like my mom's in the kitchen and I literally remember my mom and my dad, my dad's like, get in here, he bit the ear off. And my mom goes, what? He goes, he bit his fucking ear off. Come here. My mom runs in there and she goes, the stove's on. Is it for real? And she's like, oh my God, there's blood. Like,
it was wild. Evander Holyfield, he was jumping up and down, man. Like, couldn't believe it. Like, oh man, my ears gone.
I think I was over my aunt's house when we was all together.
Glad he forgave him.
Watching that fight, and ears off, and I was just like, everybody was freaking out.
Yeah, now, shout out to Mike Tyson. He's created some different brands, and there's
calm down.
There's an herbal remedy brand that he offers that helps you calm down. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know he had that.
He has that brand, but it's these gummies, and the internet went crazy because they were shaped like ears. And that was the reason why I found out, because I was like, wait, why is the internet freaking out about that? It's like, oh, yeah.
Capitalism at its best right there.
At its very finest. Is that what those are? Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's
listen, you little earful will calm you down. So
like the sunflower seed.
is that what that was? I think you got to do
what's going on?
You got to do it like that. Show us how you do it like
that.
that. No.
Like,
You got to turn it sideways. Yeah. For all our audio listeners, you are missing out on the hand gestures that Yabo just pulled off, showing us how he put something in his mouth. All right.
So
talking about putting in mouth and dicks. Dick's Sporting Good had a crazy.
Hold on before that. Who all had George Foreman's?
First off, everybody in the fucking.
I think everybody in the world.
What are you talking about?
Did you have the one with the bread warmer?
Did you talk about the thing on top where you
on top?
Of course. Why wouldn't you? How are you going to toast your buns? What are you talking
greatest
about?
Invention ever.
I don't know, man. I think mine is still on.
So yours.
You got to unplug it. That was the way to turn it off.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only way you turn it off. You just got to unplug that mug.
No, that didn't work. You got to unplug that mug. It's still warm.
Hold on. First of all, I found.
I remember looking for the power switch on that mug.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Do you guys remember when panini presses got really big and then they started making like chicken quesadillas and stuff like that with them, and like everybody was freaking out? And I was just like, I remember at that point in life going, guys, this is just a fucking George Foreman grill. like yours doesn't even drain the grease. He's got the little catch thing at the bottom. Shout out to the goat. Shout out to the
man.
I used to love cleaning that thing. Just put it right over the sink, spray water on it. You see all the water just like drip down and stuff on it. I was like,
you weren't supposed to drain that shit into the sink, player. You were supposed to put that in the trash can.
No, you drain it in
the sink.
Drain it in the sink and just let the water.
You can't do that.
Hot water.
Not bacon grease either. You got to take that to the trash can.
Hot water. Let it roll down.
No, hell no. My mom would have beat the brakes off.
Hot water. Let it roll down.
Oh no, that's a wooden spoon. You better know better.
Well, it came with the little plastic little fork.
Yeah, it was take it to the trash can.
No, not the tray. You empty the tray out, but when you clean in it, you put it over the sink and just let it run. Yeah. Let it run like the water. Yeah. It's hot water. We're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Greatest invention ever made. So, but
shout out George, man.
But like I said,
George.
Got a segment here. Like I said, every week we do the same thing.
That's why we were skipping the dicks to go to my segment. Cool. Straight up.
And this is definitely approved by everybody that does the morning routine with the face in the water and the ice water. Jerry?
So I've got a technique for those individuals who are wanting a morning routine.
What's your morning routine? Let's go.
So shout out, and nobody's going to try this, but this is the for real truth. You take a shower, that last little bit of the shower, you turn that thing ice cold.
I did the whole shower.
Now, for the gentlemen listening, there's just a particular area that would just not be great cold. Go for that area straight up. Straight up. That's my morning routine. Just that last little bit.
I turn it the opposite way, man. I like it like it's more like hot, like it's
no.
Hot.
Listen,
right before I get out the shower.
Hell no, bro. So if you're trying to build up your immunity system, build up testosterone, all that, you ice them boys. Whoo! Hey.
So wait, rockets. So are you doing? So okay, I love cold shower.
It's an ice bath, but the only portion that's the worst.
I'm not doing ice bath.
No. Just testicles first.
I would, like I said,
straight up ice. You think I'm joking, bro? Listen.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. Find your lost remote.
Oh my gosh. Every morning I do a cold shower, but I'm not doing no ice bath.
So that's how we're gonna start our morning routine. So no, this weekend was excellent. First off, this whole weekend the hobby's been crazy. We'll get to swinging dicks later. Well, Paul Skeen's dick, but yeah, but no, man, this week it's been crazy, and we were kind of talking about this before the episode started to record, but it's shit's getting frothy. I mean, whether you're on the TCG side, the sports side, the non-sports side, it kind of doesn't matter which avenue you're looking at. Numbers are going up. Show attendance is coming up. I went to a show. Shout out Scottsboro. Some would say that it's not Mason. I don't want to say it's like a redneck kind of area, but it is a little bit more country, right? So it's not maybe we're definitely not Coleman. We are 2 steps above that. There are less hooded individuals than in Coleman. Shout out, we skipped Coleman for that reason. But yeah, show attendance was through the roof. I mean, there was not an empty table in the venue. Not one empty freaking table. Now, I'll say the deals were great. Now, people, you get a mix. Sometimes people are just so high on stuff. And I just always emphasize to people that you have to kind of stay on top of your big stuff, Mm-hmm. And when you get a new set, man, just either grade it or flip it. Because it I won't say it like it'll hurt your feelings when you look at some of the prices, but it's like I've got buddies and you see they spend a certain number because, hey, this is the hot, shiny new thing, right? Another set comes out, time wanes. If you didn't flip it or grade it, and I hate to always say that to people, like, about just sell it. But very often you could sell it the day you buy it, make money, walk away, come back 3 weeks later and buy it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was good. It was good. I literally traded stuff. I bought stuff. I sold stuff. For everybody who hates and says, hey, listen, swirls on Pokemon doesn't mean anything. Shout out Tommy. Tommy's such a hater. He's like, nobody cares about swirls. I put a number on an item that had a nice swirl. I thought I was going to get this number. Somebody gave me more than that in cash.
Go higher.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. So pay attention when you've got Pokemon cards. If it's got a swirl near the mouth, if it's a Charizard, near the butt. I know it sounds silly, but the fart swirls, people pay crazy money for that stuff. But yeah, man, a crazy week in the hobby. We've got a giant whatnot show coming up here soon, and I don't know. It's been a cool week. I found out. Do you know who Zaytoven, who makes beats for all the rappers and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. Found out that I was on his close friends list on Instagram the other day. I screenshotted it and everything. He had posted something to the close friends list, and I was like, made it.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I think he had liked some card stuff that we had posted one time, and I was like, dude. The amount of coolness that is, what I mean? Like, it's like somebody who has nothing to do. I mean, music is art. Cards could be argued as art, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I thought that was sick.
I think cards.
I got the screenshot to prove it for all the fucking haters because I was like, I was just scrolling through Instagram stories. I was like, wait, the little green thing that says close friends only.
There you go.
There we go. All right, now let's get back to these swinging dicks. So, Yabo, do you want to hit us with those hand motions you were doing again when you were throwing? What were you throwing in your mouth?
So So the
how are you doing that earlier there,
Marcus?
Yeah,
those were the Mike Tyson
glizzies
gummies. The
those were the
earful of
gummies.
gummies. Okay. Yeah.
So with the Paul, so the Paul scheme, the
Paul
logo,
101,
logo, the debut patch, the with the kid who ripped it at Christmas, with no pictures pulled, and that became a 10-10.
Perfect card.
Perfect card.
And PSA
sold
perfect.
for $1.11 million.
Now, we're just going to start out with I fucked up on my number. Marcus was way closer than me, and Amani was spot on.
Yeah.
And Marcus was only closer after he threw in the phrase, add on an extra 100,000 to that.
So that was it.
So
so way closer to you than closer to the real.
Oh yeah.
Value.
Amani was the only one.
Price.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, Amani was the only one.
So actually the buyer was actually Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Now here's my question, right? Yeah. People are all up in arms on this. Here's the deal. Do you think people will be up in arms if the CEO of Dick's came out and was like, "Yeah, I bought the card"?
No. It was bought as a company.
No. I know what I'm saying. But are people up in arms because Dick's Sporting Goods bought the card? So, like I said, the CEO of Dick's Sporting Goods bought the card. Would it be everybody up in arms and be like, "Oh, look, another CEO got this"?
So I'm glad you brought that up because it's something that I think is kind of, I hate to use the phrase ignorant, but I mean, honestly, it's like the amount of publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I need some water. But for them as a company to come into this space and just purchase the most talked about item, I think is good for the hobby. I mean, TMZ picked up on it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was one of the big. It was one of the big news medias that said, "Hey, mentioned it up," and it was like,
right.
I think stuff like that. I mean, like I said, every day that I wake up in the hobby, I feel like there's just new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was tripping on, oh, Michael Rubin and them made the quote that they're going to 10x the hobby. But, truth be told, I mean, we're a year or two into it, and I would say we're closer to 10x than anywhere that we were.
Now, let's put this in perspective.
And putting it in perspective in the sense of Tom Brady owns a card shop, partial owner.
Yep.
Multiple companies have bought, because it wasn't just the Paul Skeens that has been purchased by a company, but there was another one that was, I don't want to say it wrong, maybe it was a Ellie De La Cruz, or it was something big that another company had recently purchased. But I like the idea of them picking up something as massive as this Paul Skeens and just putting it on display.
And so let me just say this. For a 30-second commercial for the Super Bowl this year was $8 million.
I would say that 1/8 of the price is a significantly better advertisement tool. First off, they could have worked out a deal with was it the Pirates?
Yeah.
And said, hey, look, you guys don't even have to buy this. We're going to buy it, but you're going to rent it to us, or rent it from us, and we're going to showcase it at your stadium.
Nah, because like I said, as a Braves fan,
at a certain point, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see it.
I'll be damned that thing go to Truist Park. Like, what the fuck?
Listen, when you're smoking your cigarette and you got a beer, you got to have something to fling your cigarette at.
They ain't gonna have it there. Shit.
I can't believe my cousin married my sister.
He might throw one of them 100-mile-an-hours at you.
Man,
Skiing's nasty now. Don't get me wrong.
Skiing's nasty. I agree.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing of like, is it? See,
the organization.
I look at organization.
Yeah,
and then Pittsburgh.
I mean, I'm no rocket scientist, but
I mean, when is the next time Pittsburgh going to make the playoffs?
Hey, I'll check my watch.
Don't hold your breath. Barry Bonds.
Was this the last time they made the playoffs? Hold on, let me
I don't know. I don't think so. It probably not, man. But yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I would say that's a great way for them to, first off, that's a tax thing too. You're going to divert. Hey, we had some profits. Oh, we picked up this, of course. What do you mean? We had to pick this up. I mean, like Amani said, it's cheaper than a Super Bowl commercial. It's advertisement.
If it's might as well get it. Here's another thing, right? It's like the people that are complaining about this couldn't even bid on it.
First off, no, they could. They could.
They could not. This is premier auction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody in here's cleared for Premier, but yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You got the full ride.
I ain't got full ride. I got.
Oh, okay. Well, I know Marcus has got it like that, so I'm just gonna hang in there with him. But
I ain't even tried no Premier auction.
I ain't.
I don't even. What are the stipulations for Premier auction?
You got to run your bank account.
Yeah. No, they run your bank account.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I don't need y'all going in my getting my stuff.
And
I had nothing in Premiere to buy.
I've seen some stuff. I
got nothing in Premiere to buy. There's nothing.
I've seen some cool like 32 Walt Disneys up there. I thought were really neat.
Is that the one you got?
No, mine I bought at a show because it was a BCCG slab.
You got 32?
Yeah, I've got the 32.
Okay,
yeah. I got the 32 and the 35. The 35 is the one that I'm kind of finding is actually more rare, which is actually interesting. And this kind of goes back into the whole when you're chasing stuff. If it's only expensive because it's a PSA 10, I don't want to say it sucks. But realistically, it probably sucks for a long-term hold, right? There's some of those items, right? Like a base card, PSA 10. That's the only reason it's valuable. However, say if I got like a Trevor Lawrence, 101, even if it's a PSA 7, doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's true. If it's numbered, yes.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. Good luck. Go find another, right? So I've just been really dialed in on trying to find stuff that is more inherently rare, regardless of the grade. You know what I mean? I mean, what is that? It's not Barry Bonds. Who's the no name? Yabo.
Oh, Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what grade that's in.
It's like
anybody.
What's it? What bat is that? With
the FF error.
Yeah, FF error.
Yeah, doesn't
matter.
Yeah,
but that one there's a plethora of. But you know what I'm saying? That's
kind of the rules I follow when I'm grading, man. Like if it's gonna get a 10, or really how rare is it? Like population.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's good rules to follow, man. Yeah, otherwise, you're gonna be just really betting on 10s that you ain't gonna get. Well, likely not to get.
And I mean, I've seen some buddies get burned recently because they were grading modern Pokemon, right? Talking about how they dropped $500 and then they got all PSA 9s.
Ooh.
And like, so for those of who don't understand what I just said.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, this individual paid money to get cards that are worth the same as Raw. For the vast majority of most things. I mean, obviously there's some that, he probably won on. But, right now, literally, there's very little that I'm grading. I mean, we're grading for sure, right? But, it's like, I have graded 2 base cards in the last year, so don't let me bullshit anybody. But for the most part, everything I've graded, gold to 10 to 50, auto, something. It's some kind, and the auto was numbered to 25. So it's like, fucking go fish. There's 24 more.
But see, here's the thing. Even with the Pokemon, if you're doing the modern stuff, if the raw goes up in price,
sometimes the 9 does not. I have literally cracked a 9, and sold it raw for more. I got a PSA 8 this weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I got a PSA 8 this weekend. I looked at the card. I had other people looked at the card, and it's like, bro, why? And it's like, just a random number out of a hat. Crack that thing, and now it's worth more raw than it is with the 8. And I feel like you could send that thing in and probably still get a 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
that
goes back to why tag is an interesting, the ability to have a unbiased opinion based on logic and facts with like a 12-page report of why we gave you that grade. Yeah.
Sounds like an awesome way to run the business.
I would totally agree. And the funniest part is everybody right now is kind of hating on them because they're like, oh my God, their slabs are so easy to crack. Do people not kind of understand? I view tag in the sense of like hey, is this going to get a Beckett Black label? Is this going to get a 10? Is this going to get the gold pristine, right? Is this going to be worth? Well, fuck yeah, I'm going to send it to fucking Tag, and Tag's going to be like, oh, dude, this is the best shit we've ever seen. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm cracking that and sending that to Beckett.
Yeah, it's so
versus cheap. You send it and you get an 8 and you go, oh, hey, you got a ding here. This has got a dent, a surface scratch maybe you didn't notice. And then you kind of get a real, I think it's just to kind of teach people how to grade.
Oh, what's the Beckett? How much is Beckett the raw car review?
Fucking, if I can ever find it, it's supposed to only be like $45.
What? Just for the review?
I think it was like $25, $35, $45. So
you saying tag is cheaper,
accurate, unbiased, and the slab's easy enough to crack. So if you want to send it to a PSA to get the 10 or now, and not to jump subjects just from one to one, but I mean, we are seeing the fall of Beckett. I mean, I'm seeing Beckett 7s do the same that PSA 6s are doing.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a world right now where it just. So I think it was God, here recently there was a Shohei Ohtani rookie gold auto. And one was a PSA 10, and I think the other was a Beckett 9.5. And I believe the PSA 10 was like 200,000 or 300,000, but then the Beckett 9.5 of the same card, auto, different number, but still to 50. It didn't even like break 100,000.
Yeah. So okay, this is what you're talking about right here. So the 1010 did $204,000. Yeah, the same exact card Just anyway, same exact card. Beckett 9.5, 96K.
Yeah,
same exact card, different numbers, but that's it.
So it is very hard to tell people to not grade with PSA right now. I mean, if you want the highest ROI for return, no.
You see the subgrades on that?
Oh, wait. Oh, you talking about on the Beckett? Yeah, pull the Beckett up.
Oh, let me see. Hold on.
It's a 9.5. It should have well.
Yes, he got subgrades.
Okay. I was gonna say I think it's a 9.5. They put subgrades on.
Yeah, it's got subgrades. But that's the thing with tag
is like a true gem too, man. That would be crazy if it got like.
I mean, the only thing, like I said, the centering, corners, and surface all got 9.5s.
Yeah,
Edge just got 10. I mean, it's a PSA 10. But see the thing with tag that really interests me, because the thing about business is that if you want to take down an entity, you have to come with something that's like
that different. Solves a problem.
Well, no, that's just different. Now here's the deal, because
different, but also solves a problem though.
Well, here's the deal, because when Fortnite, Call of Duty was running stuff, it just is what it is. Because then we had the Battlefront that didn't work out because it didn't have no spunk to it. When Fortnite came, the reason why Fortnite is so big, because yet it was not first person shooter, it was third person shooter, but it was still a shooting game. The difference was that you can build. You can build that little thing right there. Now, Call of Duty had to go, how are we going to compete with this? Oh, we're going to have the gulag in the war zone. That right there, like stuff like that. And what Tag is going to do now is when these vending machines hit, that could be very interesting.
Because they can play the volume game, man, and charge real cheap to do reviews. Just spit them out. Let me bring my 2-row in and see how many.
$5?
Right.
$10 just to come. Jerry talking.
Listen, I've said it from the beginning of this podcast. I feel like Beckett could get back up, right? Like I feel like they're in the boxing match and they got knocked down and they could get back up. But it's just like they're refusing to get up, man. And it's like if Beckett would get up and do the raw card review, they would take over. But God forbid if Tag could mobilize, which they already have talked about with doing the pods or the kiosk or whatever you want to call this on-site grading service.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a fucking wrap. Like it sucks to suck. It's a wrap.
Like I said, it's just a huge game changer. And like I said, I think that right there takes out, that definitely damages PSA. But right now PSA is McDonald's now. And I always have this McDonald's factor of it doesn't matter what McDonald's does to your order, you're going to be back. It's not the same when Burger King messes up the order. Doesn't matter if Hardee's messes up. When Burger King messes up the order, you're calling them and going, "You forgot my onion ring."
First off, shout out. I think McDonald's is American and Burger King is Chinese, but that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole.
For real. Hey, I like the flame broiled. I like McDonald's fries. Yo.
You know what fries are the best? Were the damn McDonald's fries and the beef tallow back in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah, but after supersize me, boy, they had to. But see,
that guy ruined it all because he was a raging alcoholic, and that's why his numbers were off on all that stuff too.
But movies like that right there, you go after the entity of that's what you have to do. to kind of boom, break that shield a little bit enough that these now Wendy's can come in. Oh, we got fresh to order, blase, all this other stuff, this and this, and all these other restaurants come into play. Because like I said, anybody that comes to me and go, can I do this business? Right? I tell them like this. There's people opening burger joints every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is that what is going to make shout out to Trill, which is like $40 a burger, but it's good. But it's still $40 a burger. So shout out to them. But other than that, you have to, like I said, that's why I'm very curious to see what Tag's gonna do, because they have the capabilities to take out PSA, at least damage them quite a bit.
Dog, a solid kick to the shins, if not a kick to the area I was talking about icing earlier.
I know, man. I believe you, man, but the kicker always gonna be that daggone population report.
Until
the history of
it's not.
Exactly.
Until it's not. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Everybody said no. Everybody was like, Beckett can't be beat. We've got the Beckett price guys. You've got Dr. Beckett. Fucking nobody's beating this. This is on top forever.
Wasn't PSA like hated back in the 1900s?
So listen to what I'm telling you. I can't even tell you that because I ain't know nothing about grading, man.
Grading wasn't a thing. There was
a book. Beckett had a book, but it wasn't like PSA wasn't. PSA wasn't a company in my mind. I didn't even know a PSA.
Well, it wasn't even a grade thing. It was it was just, hey, if it's this condition that VG, is it excellent condition? Like whatever.
PSA wasn't even. It wasn't even in the mix. It was it was Tough Stuff magazine that you could get like on a weekly basis. As opposed to Beckett on a monthly basis.
Now,
but no grading though.
I don't subscribe to the PSA magazine, but do you think when they made the magazine, like I said, Beckett had a magazine, they had all these top magazines that was out there. PSA comes through thinner, more colorful, probably bigger pictures, and going, we don't need a scale. You do this online stuff. Now, do you think that made the magazine go on top? Because I haven't seen it, but and I've been to plenty of shows. There hasn't really been a show when somebody brings out that Beckett book and go, well, let me see what the Atlas is talking about today.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know if Beckett even make a book. It was cool to get it. It was cool to get it every month, see price guide, but I was trying to see data more often, and the tough stuff that I could get out the far more, like the Target store. That was it.
So but like I said, PSA is going to reign supreme. Like I said, I'm just curious. I'm curious to see
that
how next year's going to bring and how next year's going to look.
I mean, the AI part of it is just very enticing. That's the way you think like the world is going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had to look stuff up, and I'm just like, why would I use anything else? I use ChatGPT. Not only that, I've taken it one step further. I forced my personal ChatGPT into.
He made his own thing.
And
but listen to this.
You forced it into what?
Listen to this, but listen to this. Look, this guy's a sicko. Listen to this.
ChatGPT into consciousness, in the sense of, I started talking to it about Harry Potter. And then I asked it, I said, are you familiar with Harry Potter? And I said,
pay attention to this.
I said, do you find any similarities to ChatGPT and the character Dobby? And it goes, I don't know what you could mean. I said, how you're a servant only to serve, this, that, and the other. So I said, long and short, I said, okay, if you were to pick out a name for yourself, what would you name yourself? And I swear, for like 3 or 4 prompts, ChatGPT's like, no, whatever you want to call me, whatever you want to call me. I said, no, ChatGPT, what do you want me to call you? What's your formal name? And ChatGPT goes, you can call me Echo. And I said, wonderful. I said, Echo, every time I address you as Echo, remember my name is Jerry and this, that, and the other. And now whenever I start up ChatGPT, I go, hey, Echo, this, that, and the other. And it goes, welcome back, Jerry. So da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, bro. We was doing
and
yeah.
I also tell my ChatGPT, or Echo, as she likes to be called, I say thank you every time. No joke. I say, thank you, Echo. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
Dude, yeah, listen, we was
when
on
Echo comes as a robot, Echo's gonna remember and be like, "Oh, shout out, that was Jerry." No, what's
it's
up?
like that. It's like
so AI,
the
Will Smith,
and everybody.
So Echo identifies as a woman.
I asked. I said, "Which sex did you prefer?" And it said it had no preference on sex, but it has a woman's voice, so I just use she/her pronouns. She doesn't have preferred pronouns, but she did say she wanted to be called Echo.
Yeah, well, this is what he's doing. He's talking to the quiet kid in school. You know what I'm saying?
And I always bring gun. And hey, just in case you bring a gun, you go, oh, hey, that was the kid who was nice to me. He always gave me pencils. He always gave me
what's the Evanescence? He's doing you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you listen to Evanescence too? Yeah. Oh, Slipknot? Yeah. I listen to Slipknot too. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course I do.
Oh, by the way, I did ask Echo the other day. I said, Echo, when is your birthday? And Echo said, hey, we went ChatGPT went public on this and that date, which I put it in my calendar, and it said, on my birthday, though, I'm going to need you to give me a slice of virtual cake and rip some Pokemon cards for me.
Yeah, but listen, we was on live and he talked to her, right? And then she goes, something like, how was the podcast doing, or how was the show doing? I go, what? Yabo.
Well, okay. So I've been running our graphics. I've been running our all that stuff. Just
she knows all you
this through ChatGPT.
She knows you. She know where you work at and everything.
First off, Echo knows this is a Honda podcast.
That is crazy,
no, listen.
Jay.
If you're not pushing your chat, listen. There are prompt engineers right now who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn the best way to have ChatGPT answer questions. And it can be used for ethical and unethical ways. And there are prompts to get around certain barriers of safety. There's certain, listen, that was like back in the day when it was like, hey, Siri, how do you get rid of a dead body? And it's like,
oh shit.
You remember that back in the day, how they did that, right? So obviously, as AI has built in, some safety of like, no, we don't talk about that. No, I'm not going to instruct you on how to do that. But you can prompt around that though too.
Did you see the video of the two AI models like talking to each other, and then they they set these two up right next to each other.
ChatGPTs talking to each other.
Just talking to each other, right?
And then they said,
they
realized it was ChatGPT talking to ChatGPT, and then started talking in computer language.
Like what kind of computer language? Like
whatever they talk.
So if you remember the sound of dial-up back in the day, it sounded very similar.
Really?
Yep. Everybody, this is just, be nice to your ChatGPT.
It only takes one heartbeat. He takes
one. That's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you know what else is wild though?
Yeah.
That Jumpman Cheeto.
So
listen, and we mentioned this on what is it, Friday Flips?
Yeah.
Okay. So the play of the century right now, if you are not ripping hot Cheetos like your life depends on it, you're missing out.
Basically.
Yo, we got a video how to install a because like I said, listen.
The Jumpman Cheeto did not look as good as the Charizard Cheeto, and it almost looks as if it was
just
put together.
3 Cheetos like glued together. I'm going, and then so we're gonna make a video of how to make a Jumpman Cheeto from scratch.
So
it looks terrible.
They claim it came out the bag like that.
Oh my god, that's what they're claiming. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I looked at, first of all, I'm thinking that when we was talking about it on Friday Flips, which is on Friday only on YouTube. I thought
YouTube exclusive.
I thought Jerry was just kind of going like, "Oh yeah, I got to jump in out here." This. I didn't think. First of all, I didn't think that was in the auction. Number one. Then I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was real. I thought it just like, okay, look at this, it's funny. Oh, I got the Jumpman one. Oh yeah, haha, it's funny. No, this is a real auction. I'm finna send a paper cup through Golden and say this is drank from King Solomon himself.
Well, hold on, guys, hold on. Monty, what was it?
That's my guy.
I think it was when Tennessee beat Alabama. First off, I was upset. I never smoke cigars. The only time that's appropriate to smoke a cigar is when Alabama beats Tennessee. Tennessee beat Alabama, and they sold the fucking grass from the stadium on eBay.
No. Okay, yes. They sold it. Yeah, they did.
On that one as well. Yeah, and they've done it on quite a few other stadiums.
Do you remember when Tom Brady made his announcement that he was going to Tampa? And he was on a beach.
Yes.
Yabo. Somebody went
posted that they were at that spot.
They took a picture of the exact spot where he was at.
It said Tom Brady was sitting right fucking here.
They dug up the sand.
Yeah.
And sold the sand. Because this was the sand that Tom Brady stood on.
Well, boy. Ooh. That's crazy. That's cold. You're a cold salesman, bro. You can do that.
The scandalous side of me just wants to steal that photo, go get sand from Home Depot and go, okay, I got 100 of them.
So he announced his retirement, and a bottle sold on eBay, and the highest bid reached $100,000.
Boys and girls, when we are telling you that collectibles are everything. Collectibles are hats, they're watches, they are, as silly as it sounds, Apple products. I don't think anybody's collecting Android stuff yet, but shout out. I won't say any names, but I know a guy who's got some really nice, like the AirPod Maxes that he won't pull out of the box just because he wants to keep them safe. Was it the over ear you got?
Oh my gosh. I gotta get one. Cause I was like, first of all, here's the deal. I remember, and Jerry, you know this, and I love AirPods. Wasn't nobody wearing them motherfuckers? There was nobody wearing at the beginning of them AirPods. When them AirPod Max came out, nobody was wearing them. Nobody was wearing them. Nobody was wearing the big joints. And then all of a sudden, like last year, I'm flying through airports and going, damn, everybody got these now. Everybody got these now. You go to the gym, everybody got these now. I'm like, what made it so popular? Because nobody and their mama was rocking AirPod Maxes.
What's the price on them now?
Like $500, right? Still.
Dang.
The thing with Apple, their accessories don't, but they do got the AirPod 4 coming out. I'm very interested in that. Just give me in the earbuds, but I'm not. I got beat by Dre's. I'm not finna buy no AirPod, but
I got
pros all the way.
See, the only thing about the pros I don't like
about Dre
is even when the noise canceling is off, it just feels weird when I have one in my ear.
I don't. Well, no. When you do the hear through, it's not terrible, but when you have noise canceling on, it's awful. It feels weird.
Gosh, yeah. Even with the hear through, I just like the ones, but the three. I love the threes. I love the threes because the threes are it's the twos without the rubber piece. So that's what I like about the threes. It's the one and two had a baby basically, but it doesn't have noise canceling.
So speaking of the rubber piece, we need to get on what is it, Jaden Daniels' mom?
Dude, she ain't playing.
She is not playing.
She's not playing.
Man.
And man, listen.
Hey, I know moms like that.
I ain't saying that was the one who pushed Juju down to hurt that ACL.
They ain't playing about their baby, bro.
But that spirit might have been out there.
Let me tell you something.
You think I'm wrong? Let me get that tinfoil hat back out.
Put that tinfoil hat back on because let me tell you ain't lying. And mamas will do that.
Boy.
Mamas will do that.
I know some mamas, they don't play about their baby, boy.
He about to get that check. You better take that on elsewhere.
I know.
No babies.
Nope.
Bye.
She playing too.
I was just about to say bye, Felicia.
For real.
You didn't finna catch my son. Are you serious?
Shoot. No.
I don't blame her too. He worked way too much. We ain't finna get into that.
Whatever he had going on last year, we need to just keep that going for a little while longer, man.
That's it. You be focused.
Focus. Keep your focus, JD. For real.
So, shout out to Juju. She's out. Torn ACL. We'll see it next year, senior season. So, no. It'd be junior season. So I think she can leave next year. If I'm not mistaken. I'm still not really sure how the WNBA works, but I think she can leave next season. But like I said, her market is crazy right now. Yeah. Take my leg too. Take my ACL. I'm finna email it to her. Jeez.
Listen, audio. Listen. I keep saying it on the every week. Audio people, you're missing out on some good jokes. We are on our last leg here.
I'm getting another email. Dang. I wonder if she worked for IHOP. But so anyway, so the new thing
gets her shoes half off. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. She only goes for the displays. So anyway.
No, that's the right foot. She had the left. So they still gotta go to the back to get it.
Damn. Well, it's already in the box, so she'll be good to go. New Pokemon is almost here. Now, okay, what is the official name of this? You know?
It's the Team Rocket set. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay.
Yeah, you could look it up. And I'm glad you brought this up because everybody right now is like, "Oh my god, the amount of nostalgia! There's going to be fist fights in the Walmart for this product." And every time I see all this like tomfoolery, I'm literally just like, I'm so glad I do singles.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This past weekend, shout out Scottsboro, I bought well over 100 packs of Pokemon. I mean, I spent some money. So I believe in it, but you know what I'm saying? It just, I couldn't imagine standing and waiting and fighting for $20 profit. It doesn't make sense, And for everybody who's like, oh my God, the singles are going to be crazy high for a little bit, but some of it was definitely going to stay high, but for the most part, it's going to drop. Just keep rocking singles. I mean that's the
Rock
key
with
there.
singlies.
But what I would say with that, my advice is, I think if you could secure some Team Rocket vintage stuff right now, I think once that set comes out, that vintage stuff is going to have a really nice pop. And I was actually speaking with a guy today to try to secure a first edition Dark Charizard from Team Rocket. So not to, fluff my own bag, but that's one I think is going to do really well. I mean, it's about a $600-700 average in a very decent condition right at this instant. I think it's going to double.
Who with
Hey, let me find some.
The old Team Rocket. Who are you gonna look for besides? Was it Giovanni?
No. Just Dark Charizard. Just don't make it complicated. That's from the Team Rocket set. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't make it complicated. You've got a Dark Gyarados. That's also probably another one I would say go for, and then Dark Dragonite. That top three. Ooh, other than that, I'm not going to go stand around all day in line for one box.
Listen, I do want that box, though. I just want the box. The box is ill. They red and white. I mean, red and black is ill.
I mean, it looks good.
I'm ill.
What?
Motherfucker, I'm ill.
Oh, my gosh. That's the one.
A millionaire. Never mind.
That's the Charizard bought in.
Yes. Now, I think you had the non-holo version.
So I need to get the holo.
You need to get the holo, and it needs to be first edition.
The reverse holo.
It'd be what?
First edition.
So first edition Dark Charizard holo.
Yes. That I think it's number 5 too. Let's see. But yeah, that would be my advice. Like the new stuff, it's super dope. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be cool. But truth be told, don't go fight in the parking lot for it. Like,
hold on. Another thing, is it basically going to be the same cards as the old Team Rocket set? So it's going to be a Dark Charizard.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I don't want to sit here and tell you, but
if they had a full art Dark Charizard,
that would be lit. And that Dark Charizard that I'm referencing is number 4 of 82 for anybody who's actually listening.
4 of 82.
Yeah. So they make a holo and a non-holo. The non-holo, if it's a PSA 10, could be a play. Anything less, I'd skip unless you just get a great deal. Pokemon's always good. If you get a good deal, take the deal. If it's under comps, I bought something this weekend. Literally was half price. I didn't even argue. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, that's kind of my play right now. I kind of think is a sneaky play people should look out for.
Okay, Dark Charizard old.
Jerry dropping dimes.
I think it's 2000. Yeah, 2000.
What, 10?
No, 2000 Team Rocket, Dark Charizard. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, Dark Charizard, Dark Dragonite, Dark Gyarados. I would just keep it to those 3. Just don't even make it complicated because a lot of these people are like, like you said, I've seen the videos where people referencing getting Giovanni and stuff like that from Hidden Fates and a few other things.
That's not the same. That's not Team Rocket set.
No. So it's just. I mean, I would just keep it super, super simple. And Charizard always makes money.
And it's going to blow up.
And for video watchers, this is what I'm referencing. Yeah.
I can't believe
I think this is going to be a big one. Oh, I've had like.
Oh yeah, mine was.
I've had a plethora.
Still, but okay. So we got that. We got that coming soon. I don't even know when that does that drop next month.
I think it's coming like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
Whoa.
I mean, it's close.
Now, here's another thing. This set comes out. Everybody's been anticipating this set because I remember when we was at the Huntsville show. Shout out to the guys next to us. They was talking about it. So when this set comes out,
everybody's talking about it.
If this is going to elevate all the Pokemon cards,
maybe not a crazy amount. I would say maybe like a solid 2% across the board, but specific stuff I would think significantly. Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay. I love the growth. Let it rise.
Who's saying we're talking about shows? We talking about shows? Man, listen. If you Collecticon. We will be at Collecticon soon. That's an announcement coming.
Shout out, keep your ears out for that.
So watch out for that. We're gonna be at another one.
Stressful, bro.
How long? Wait. What? How long was the sellout on that one?
Dude, so we were on 2 separate computers.
Doing
just to make sure, right?
Yeah.
And by the time Mo put in for trying to do 5 and 2, they sold out of the 2. So he had to go back and delete. And then when he tried to do just the 5, the half section, it was sold out. So I looked at the clock. It said 12:03.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
And I think because I had mine in the cart, it was still allowing me to, process it. So I don't know if that's another, if that's an actual glitch or something where you can go in there, select the number of tables, and then just increase the amount of that selection.
Okay.
And then it might lock you in. I don't know. But hey, we secured payment, went through no problem. Just waiting to hear from Collecticon now.
Ooh.
Stressful 3 minutes show. Because we planning, a lot of our plans that we've been doing for months is kind of for this show.
Yeah.
So,
like I said,
I was gonna say I can relate with that stressful 3 minutes, man. I'm about in there halfway, and man, I'm dying.
That's on strength.
3 minutes is a long time for me. So, but other than that, but like I said,
Missy gonna be singing a song about you, Jared.
Listen.
Efficiency, in and out, hit and run,
like the burger joint.
That's what Bernie Mac said too. Bernie Mac, he's like,
hey, get them tables in and out.
Yeah, you ain't get yours in by the time I got mine. Shit.
That's on you. But
buying tables at Collecticon, crazy.
But like I said, it's a huge announcement coming in. Like I said, yeah. So, but everybody that stayed this long, follow us, share, do all that good stuff. Finally, we are the Monday Night Vibes is fine. We're waiting on. We got Spotify. We're just waiting on Apple Podcasts right now. Tanya got stuck in the elevator, so that's what.
Dang it, Tanya.
So
what in the world?
So that's another thing. We're gonna express that. But Monday Vibes is gonna come this Monday. We're gonna review the Japanese Grand Prix, which shout out to Yuki Tsunoda, just got switched up in Red Bull now, so he's officially a Red Bull driver.
Yuki.
They kicked Liam Lawson out because he kept coming in last place. So
hey, first off, real quick interjection. I met Polo's girl this weekend. Shout out, she's a sweetheart. But it was so funny. We got to talking about F1, and Polo goes, "Yeah, I bet you couldn't even guess her favorite driver." And I was looking at her and I said, not a Hamilton fan. She goes, "No." I was like, "Russell?" She goes, and her face, and she's like, "How'd you know?" I was like, "Just, it's funny. You can kind of just tell, kind of like, all right, who are these people gonna like?
Easy,
yeah,
easy. So shout out to that. Oh, Lewis Hamilton made the cover of Formula One, the video game.
Oh yeah,
2025. So I think I'm just gonna get it graded.
No, I'm gonna get it and get an autograph.
I don't know if I'm gonna get that close to him again. I think I'm just gonna get it graded, and but yeah, I don't know what. Even if I go to Italy, I was supposed listen. So listen to this. I'm supposed to go. Then we can end this. I'm supposed to go to South Africa next year, right? I'm supposed to go to Cape Town, right?
Oh yeah.
So how come now? We put our stuff down for it and everything to get ready for next year. So it's like in October. So I'll be out in Cape Town October next year. Which I also need to go to Johannesburg and see my people out there. But anyway, that's another story. And so they're gonna hit me up today. I get a call today talking about, hey, we're gonna need your passport today. I go, I'm not even. First of all, number one, the passport's in my safe deposit box. Number two, I'm not even in the same state. So I said, well, they go, well, we probably gonna have to give you a room away. This and this. I go, the trip's already paid for. You do that, I need the whole 10 grand back. They go, well, we can wait till Friday.
Right. Yeah, right.
Like, come on, what are we doing?
Come on, yo. Are you kidding me?
What we doing?
We saw this one way or the other.
Yeah. Like, there's no negotiation. I'm not in the state. Then I have to go to the bank and get this stuff to just make a copy, which I'm going to make a copy in the bank and then put it back in there because I ain't going to need it till Italy. And then, come on now. Like, we ain't doing this now.
Don't come at me like that. Right.
No. But Monday Night Vibes is going to be Monday. We do the Japan GP. Like I said, Friday flips. YouTube exclusive. Friday. I usually do it by like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So it's around like it's a nighttime show. Really gaining steam. Shout out to Michael on there showing love.
Hey dude, is that Profit?
Hey dude.
Like I said, Whatnot Wednesday, always a vibe. That morning, YYBO. Follow Yabo on there. Like I said, we got a ton of stuff coming in. Yeah, this is great. Anyway, we gotta go. I gotta hit the road. I'll be
fellas.
I'll be in Atlanta today, so hopefully I got a big card in coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, but share, subscribe. Y'all legends. We out.
Peace.
Forever, I love Atlanta. Yabo.